Yo.
Hi, we're
welcome.
live again.
We're back with Cinema Club. It's Dante with Alice.
Rahmatullah.
Yo, what's going on? People just joined the room. What's going on? We're back with our weekly Cinema Club, like a book club, but we talk about movies, cinema classics, and some modern classics. How you doing, Jasmine? How you doing, Best
How are you guys?
G? How are y'all doing? We're here with Cinema Club with Dante and Alice Rahmatullah. This week we're talking about a movie called A Place in the Sun. Let me put that in the comments.
Okay. So if anyone watched the cinema
club,
the cinema called A Place in the Sun, please hashtag. What should we do? Maybe
sun?
Make it easier. Yeah, sun.
Sun.
Hashtag sun.
SUN.
And then request join. We're just gonna pull you guys in.
Right.
And join the conversation.
But when we're gonna do this first, let me hold on a second. Discussing.
Are you going to live action after this Airbender? Yes. Are you?
Place. I don't know. Who knows?
I hope people watch this film.
I know this is a classic here. What up, you guys? What up, everybody?
Everyone.
Okay.
You
let me tag that one. I don't know what I'm doing. Of course, I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go.
So what are you holding, Dante?
So you guys, it's lunchtime for us and for a lot of people, and I'm eating. I'm gonna eat ramen. It's quick, and we have some. I put some kimchi on top. Are you eating ramen or no? You're not eating on camera. I'm eating on camera because I'm hungry.
I'm eating ramen too. Oh my god, we don't have time for lunch.
It has nothing to do with this movie.
Oh.
But this is
Since it's lunchtime.
Since it's lunchtime, we're gonna eat ramen while we talk about this movie. This is A Place in the Sun. We'll talk about the story first. We'll talk about the filmmaking. I said it's one of my favorite films. It's a film I watched when I was very young for the first time, and it's weird. Like many movies, it's weird to see films 10, 20 years after you first saw it. Let alone this film was 1951, so they made this over 70 years ago.
70 years ago.
Wow. But so the story roughly is. You want to discuss the story real quick?
It's a story. It's about I don't want to say poor. I mean, it is a poor guy, and
blue-collar guy.
Yes, it's a guy who came to this town and then
hook up with his family, his wealthy family.
Hook up with a wealthy family and looking for opportunity and looking for a job, and then his uncle. I mean, it's a wealthy family, and he gave him a job.
It's so spicy.
And it's hot. And he gave him a job, and then this job number one rule is don't hook up with anybody.
Because it's like the women.
Yes.
The plant is like a swimsuit company, and it's like 9 out of 10 employees are women.
So the rule is
no fraternizing.
Yes, the rule is you're not allowed to hook up with any of the employees of this company.
But then throughout the film, he ends up hooking with an employee.
Throughout the film, he hook up with the employee.
But he's also has his eye on this.
And his eye on the different girl.
Who's like the socialite of the town. And so basically,
famous.
It's like a famous socialite.
Figure.
It's like Paris Hilton or something.
Exactly.
Right? Of their town. But the thing about it is, it was based on a book called An American Tragedy. And the heartbreaking part of it is, it's like this guy who's like most of us blue collar, like myself. I relate to it because it's like struggling to come up, always on the outside looking in on this like lifestyle and this life that he wants. And in the film, he gets it. Basically, gets everything as far as the job he wants, recognition from like that society, the woman of his dreams to a degree. But then
making a mistake,
it unravels.
Making a wrong decision.
Yeah, it unravels in the worst way. And at the end of the day, he did it to himself, and I think we all do it to himself. For me, I related to it growing up for that, and also to remind me to not make the bad mistakes that kind of ruin can ruin my
career
or my goal to my plans. And then on top of that, it's like really excellent filmmaking. There are things going on in this film. It's directed by George Stevens. It's starring Montgomery Clift and Elizabeth Taylor and Shelley Winters. And Shelley Winters won an Oscar for it, who plays the other girl. And there's talks. I remember seeing something years ago when Martin Scorsese, and we all know is a famous director, was like, "You don't need to go to
film school.
You just watch this movie."
You should tell me like 3 years ago. I
Right.
would have saved a lot of money, Dante.
Right? And so this it's really beautifully shot in the way that they do stuff. Hello from Greece. What's up? How you guys doing?
Hello,
Cognac
everybody.
Queens in the house. I'm just reading people as I'm talking about this film.
And while I'm watching this film, this kind of reminds me of one of the modern film directed by Woody Allen. It's called Match Point.
Which we also watched before we started Cinema Club.
Yes.
It's almost like Woody Allen stole
Did
the
we
film.
watch together?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Okay.
At least part of it. I don't know.
He stole this film. Absolutely. It's just like a same story, right?
Not still, but
I mean, he inspired.
inspired.
That's
The
it,
endings
inspired.
are different.
Ending is different. Woody Allen decided he can get
He let the guy get away with
away
murder,
with the murder
like
mistake.
actual murder, and then this
But this
George
one,
Eastman, Montgomery Clift,
he paid what he did for
he
it.
he has to own up to
He owns up the
his
mistake,
downfall.
and then he pays for the conclusion of
yeah.
this.
In Woody Allen's film, he gets away with it.
What does that tell us about?
That's a whole other conversation. We can talk about that later on. But then the filmmaking, so that's the story, and if people watch the film, we can discuss the film like any other book club
So
or
what
film
is
club.
your favorite scene, Dante?
I mean, it's kind of dramatic, and you look back and there's all these things, but it's great to watch how he kind of like foretells the story throughout the movie on these little images, no dialogue even, having the girl kind of pass through early in the film, and these beautiful things. And then there's beautiful like lines, like so old Hollywood quotable lines. Every time Elizabeth Taylor's a great star, you know, obviously she's a legendary star. Every time she left the seat, she said something that was like quotable. you know?
Quotable, like she said before, like she said, is every time I'm
Every
saying
time I say
goodbye, I feel like this is
Like the last time we're at the
last
talk.
time out of the talk.
Or like Alec when she's like when he's playing.
Can people talk
When he's
like
playing
that
pool,
in
she's
life?
like, am I making you nervous? She's like, yes. Yeah. Or she's like, did your
I'm gonna
mom
make you
did your
nervous.
mama tell you not to waste your time? He's like, I don't waste my time. There's some great moments like that in the movie for sure.
It is beautifully done, and then cinematographer and directing point, and it is. I mean, for a black and white film, you can tell the beautiful wheel and the beautiful the costume.
Right.
It's so classic. I always like when I watch old classic film. Always I think it's like, why we're not dressed up like that? And
I know the style of back in the
I
day
love
is
it.
very cool. And then also
it is so classic.
for the actors out there that it's part of the acting that I learned growing up when studying this film, because when we were young, like me and my brothers and the other students in my conservatory, we had to pick actors that we would study their careers, and the actor I was assigned was Montgomery Clift.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, and so I read a lot of his books,
Mm-hmm.
and what you understand about Montgomery Clift and this movie and the things around this, a lot of people know about Marlon Brando. So Marlon Brando and Montgomery Clift were two of the actors at the same time that really changed the face of acting. How we see acting. You can even see it in the movie, how other people are acting.
It's like more stage performing.
As
the way they
compared to
talk.
what he's doing. He's doing this like
He's
very
so
real,
natural.
and that's the kind of acting we all do now. But
Yes.
you look back, and that acting didn't start happening until Marlon
so
Brando
distinguished. It's so obvious.
and Montgomery Clift.
Yes.
And you can start to see in this film, that's one of the magical things I love about this movie also. And he was such a big star and such an influence on actors even in his day. Young James Dean used to follow around
Really?
Marlon Brando and Montgomery Clift around Hollywood because he was such a fan of theirs and looked up to them as mentors and these amazing actors that are changing the face of acting. And so much so he would sign his name, James Brando Clift Dean. That's how he signed his name. Crazy. And so
Are you gonna sign your name?
no, I like that. I have stuff written in my old diaries about watching and reading about Montgomery Clift. He was a tortured soul, tortured artist. And I think part of the film is torturous. I was telling you I have anxiety watching it again. And I think a lot of us
I got
artists...
kind of angry.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a horrible... It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
Yes, one of the thing in my boundary is for a relationship. It comes to relationship,
Yes.
romantic relationship. One of my boundary is you can't cheat on me.
Well, he cheated. Or lied and cheated.
Lie and cheated. This is unacceptable.
It is unacceptable
whatsoever.
behavior for sure.
What kind of reason you have? What kind
No
of excuse
reason.
you have? No. No, you're dead to me.
Well, look
This
what
is-
happens by the end of the film.
She came. She came. I want to see you. I want to come to see. That's love. What are you gonna do? Like, women is always like forgivable, and she's like woman. I think it's all women. Like, it's really soft. Where are like I mean, it's easy to our heart is melted. It's really easy to melt our heart. She's like, she fall in love with this guy, but I'm not sure. I didn't buy this George. He fall in love with this.
Who? Which one?
The
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, Elizabeth.
I mean, in the movie, he
her
was in love with
screen
her.
name? Angelina Victor.
Angela Vickers.
Angel Vickers. I didn't buy this guy fall in love with Angel Vickers.
And it was kind of quick, but he was like falling in love with the fantasy of somebody. She was kind of like.
It's fantasy, and I think is that a thing? Like, all the guys love the secret,
I don't know if it's all the
secret
guys.
love.
I don't know. Let's not put on all the guys. This is one
Not
movie.
put all the guys. Like, I'm just saying. Like, is that a thing? Like, people love that mystery love, mystery underground, like
The other
secret
thing
lovers.
That you
They
gotta
love
see
that?
the film. They do look older because it's old school and they're wearing suits and they're all dressed up nice. But I think they're only like teenagers. Like I think.
What are you trying to apply? The teenager making mistakes, so it's
No, just like
acceptable?
your mind at that time and making passionate, emotional decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think. Let's see if. Okay, first person was unable to join.
Let's be.
Let's see.
Oh.
Let's see.
Pick whatever.
I don't know.
Anyone.
All right. Simone the
Why are you
Panda.
picking up and eat my own?
Let's see Simone the Panda. They're all unable to join.
What
People,
happened?
I don't know. People are unable to join. Waiting for Hilary. I don't know if it's my internet or their internet.
Oh my god!
Oh, here it is!
What's up? How are you?
Hi, dude!
What's your
I didn't
name?
think you'd accept it.
So excited.
How are you doing? What's your name?
Hallie?
Hallie, how are you doing?
Hi,
Where you
Hallie.
calling from, Hallie?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Where you calling from?
My phone?
I know, but what city or what state?
city are you
Oh, sorry, Colorado. I'm so sorry.
Colorado, no doubt. Well, this is our weekly show. We talk about movies. This week we're talking about A Place in the Sun. Were you, by chance, been able to see it?
Oh, no, I haven't seen it yet.
That's okay. You should watch
It's
it.
okay.
We're talking about the film. What you know about kimchi, Haley?
I love kimchi.
I do too.
Oh, I didn't think you'd actually accept it.
You
Dude,
should watch
this-
the film. It's good
You
film.
should watch the film. It's a classic, old black and white. I know it can
Plastic, old
be hard to
black
get
and
through
white.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's a very classic film.
Oh my god!
But we're gonna send you love from Colorado, Haley. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Honor. That was cool.
She's so excited.
Yeah, that was awesome. So let's see if anyone else is around that wants to join the conversation.
I'm sweating.
Anyone that watched the film. Let me see the
Let's
chat.
do
Anyone in chat, hashtag SUN if you saw
Sun.
the movie. If you saw the movie and you want to come in and talk about it. I know it was a black and white one, probably hard for a lot of people to get through. Next week's going to be an easier one for people to get through, so hopefully more people to talk about the film. But hopefully someone talk about the film. Or does anyone know Liz Taylor in Montgomery Clift?
Dante.
Yes.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
After you watched 20 years later, after you watched
Yeah.
this movie again,
Yes.
did you change your mind about taking off the poster from the wall?
It's in my bedroom. I have a picture. She's referring to the poster being in our bedroom. It is a little weird now that I have the poster in my bedroom because it's such a sad story and I don't want anything in my life to resemble the heartbreak and the
Heartbreaking,
Tragedy.
sad tragedy.
So I probably should change that so I don't
It's
have that energy.
a criminal.
Well, I
guy.
think when I was younger, you know, when you watch as a teenager, I was very in love with the romance and the forbidden love and not being able to, you know, get what you, the things you dream of. And then as you get older, like, you see that he's really responsible for everything he did, you know? So it
I
becomes
don't
this really
think
big. No, he's responsible. He's responsible.
Well, he got caught.
Well, he was messing
Police
around.
got him.
Yeah.
He wasn't responsible. He wasn't about the responsible.
No,
he
no.
got pregnant.
He wasn't acting responsible through the film, but you are responsible at the end
Oh,
of the
you said at
day
the end of the day.
for
Yeah.
your actions.
For his on the court, yeah.
Right.
What
So.
he said, yeah.
So let me see if anyone wants to come and join in this conversation. Alice looks beautiful today, Daniel says.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. I think Daniel's in here to talk to. Let's see if Daniel wants to come and talk to us. Here we see. Daniel Wilkins in the house. Are you around? Can you come in?
I'm
Maybe.
sweating.
Hey, old friend, how you doing?
What's going, Daniel? How's it going?
Daniel.
I'm back. I'm back, and I'm back. I'm glad to be back with you guys.
I'm glad that you're
I'm
back with us.
glad,
Also,
yes.
where you at again?
California, Los Angeles, same place you guys.
Yeah, same place. Are you sweating in this heat or what?
Oh heck yeah! What do you call it? I'm actually fixing to go riding as soon as I'm done here. I
Oh,
thought
nice.
I'd give you an update on my synopsis. I'm
How's it
working on
going?
it. I'm working on it. I'm working on scene placement right now for the synopsis about Sergeant Johnson's movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I plan on nicknaming it after Sergeant Johnson in Halo. If you played Halo and you know that character.
I have played it a little bit, so I don't know the character that well, but that's awesome. Were you able to watch the film this week, A Place in the Sun?
I know. I read the synopsis. I read the synopsis and like a really detailed summary of it, and I could never imagine being in the place of conflict that the man who was, what was his name again? The main character,
George
George.
Eastman, played by
George
Montgomery Clift.
Eastman.
George Eastman. That's the character's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can never imagine being in George's position, the place where he's like, okay, he first goes after this Alice woman, believing that he's fallen in love with her,
Right.
and then he believes he's met the love of his life. It kind of reminds me of like almost like something a high schooler, like a decision a high schooler would make.
Yeah,
like,
I think he's not far out of high school and stuff like that. He says he only went to school till 13, so there's a part of that's involved. But I think, especially you as a filmmaker, you should watch it not only for like really great and tight storytelling, but the way the filmmaker George Stevens is a master filmmaker, how he shot the film and tells the story through pictures, and I think again it's like look at it like film school and see what he's doing. And there's these scenes, like even in the love scenes that are like with the thing that the girl that he's not supposed to be having an affair with, it's all in the shadows.
Shadows. That means he's not supposed to be doing that.
Right.
It's like an artistic decision.
And he's letting
the
these wide shots kind of carry on for a long time and really kind of tell the story, and it's really beautiful. So it's something I think you as a filmmaker could watch and get a lot from, even outside the story and the acting.
Yeah, no, I definitely believe I should watch it, especially the old black and white films. Like, I know that for a fact, like, when it comes to monster movies,
Oh, yeah.
Things like John Carpenter's The Thing or Alien 1, they beat all of the new monster movies today because of how practical the effects are and how,
Totally.
like...
They're always great. And the great thing about us as filmmakers is our history in filmmaking is actual films. Of course, we've come a long way, and there's a lot of things we can do beyond that. But the foundation and still the roots of what we do as storytellers and as filmmakers is still the same as those black and white films. So it's nice to go back and see where we come from.
Yes.
Have you guys seen what do you call it? They Live?
No, I know about it though. It's a horror film, right? Or a suspense film. They Live.
They Live.
Is it Japanese or is it?
It has Keith David in it, I think it's American.
Okay.
And then there's also, oh god, it has like a similar name to The Day After Tomorrow, but it's not. And it's about like, it was made during the Cold War era, and it was about, this film was basically this filmmaker theorizing what would it be if nuclear weapons got activated in the Cold War, and it shows like post-United States, after the nukes dropped. So imagine Fallout, but with practical effects, and you see basically these people just turning against each other out of desperation.
With Keith David, huh? I'm gonna check that out. They Live.
No, They Live is a different film, but this is a movie.
Another film. Okay.
Yeah, this is a different film. But honestly, back to that, yeah, the love triangle thing. It seems as though this guy was quite irresponsible. Like, okay, say if I wanted to go with the girl of my dreams, the second girl, right? I would have just said, okay, Alice, I gotta go. Sorry. But then after I find, yeah.
Oh my God.
You're right. But you're right. You're right.
Break my heart.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, Alice, right? No, Alice, not you, Alice. The other Alice.
The other Alice in the movie.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us again. Good luck with your synopsis. Check out the film. We'll talk to you again later on. Thank you, Daniel.
Dante Bosco, much love. Alice, thank you. Much love. Keep doing the things you do. Keep doing the things you do. And yeah, you guys have a beautiful day. God bless.
You too.
You too. Bye.
Oh, good to see Daniel again.
I know. He can't check out. It's nice to talk to him.
Let's see who else is around here that may have seen the film.
Oh my God.
It's getting hot.
I'm like
So
literally sweating,
yeah,
so
let's see.
let's see who's around.
Let's see if Khalil's around. Khalil, is Khalil in the
Let's talk
house?
about this guy. He just fall in love with Al. Oh,
Yo,
there it is.
Khalil, what's up?
Hi.
What's
How
up,
you
y'all?
doing?
How you doing?
Good. Where you
Hi.
calling from?
I'm calling from the middle of the sticks out in Derry, New Hampshire.
Derry, New Hampshire.
Hampshire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You have a pirates. I see you have a pirates flag behind you.
Yeah.
You know we kill pirates.
Yeah, I know. Actually, you know what? It's a funny thing because my mom, we used to make these fairy jars, and inside you put foil around it and you cut out shapes, and when you light it up, there's a little candle inside, and it looks like Tinkerbell is shining a light from inside the jar.
Wow.
I can't find it, but I know it's somewhere.
And you look like either a pirate or a lost boy or something going on. The hair, you looking real. It's the whole thing's going on. I like it.
Yeah, you know, it's that Key and Peele ethnic ambiguous effect.
Ethnic ambiguous look. So, are you a filmmaker? What do you do? Do you do anything creative like that?
Yeah, I'm an actor. I'm trying
Awesome.
to be, hard times for that right now, but it's one of my passions. I try to be an entertainer, musician. Generally, entertainment's the dream, and watching movies. So that's where it all started.
Beautiful.
Were you able to see A Place in the Sun this week, or have you heard the film?
Oh yeah, I watched it. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of crammed it in.
No worries.
But oh man, it got crazy.
It got crazy. Speak on it. What did you think about the filmmaking and the acting? You were watching from earlier. Montgomery Clift was one of the actors, him and Marlon Brown, that changed
Directing.
acting forever. The more realistic acting came from those two guys. Until then, you can see all the other actors in the film kind of doing that older acting, and then this guy's doing like some real stuff, which was crazy.
So I like the movie, and it started out, he kind of has that Joe from You feeling, where it's like, man, this guy's sweet, he's smooth, and it quickly gets to he's going these places, and I'm like trying to follow him around. I'm like, oh, he's going for it. Oh, he's really going for it.
And then he's in too deep.
And then he's
way
too deep.
And he's playing like this nice guy. Like he seemed like this nice guy's not the sharpest.
He's lovable, nice, charming. Like it's like
that's how they get you.
Yes, that's nice.
And he got himself. He got himself.
He got too distracted with the beautiful woman.
Yeah, I had a lot of anxiety watching it.
A lot of anxiety too. And I also think we all can relate to him just because I think he represents all of us. The common guys and women out there that are out here we have big dreams, what we want to do. The tragedy in it is he was like 1 inch away from everything he wanted. Like the woman of his dreams, the job, the lifestyle, the community, the whole, high society that he was invisible to early in the movie are now like, hey George, what's going on? He was accepting this whole world.
As soon as
he screwed up his whole thing. It was, at
that point he already screwed up because he has this fear with the Alice. And then he told him, oh, I love you. I'm falling in love with you. It's deep, blah, blah, blah. And then after.
Blah, 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 his love for Alice.
Yes, that's a blah, blah for me.
Yeah, sometimes as people, guys and girls, sometimes you got to slow your roll and look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I mean, either he goes with the Alice or Angela. It's all okay. As long as you are be honest with your...
I know, but those were the 50s. It was a different time. If you had sex with someone back in those and getting pregnant, you're pretty much with them.
But he did.
The whole doctor scene. That was a big scene.
Isn't it scary? Like you can't even do abortion at that time.
What was your favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite scene, because I'm a big sucker for scores and suites.
Oh,
and that one was by Franz Waxman from. I'm assuming he's German. They all are.
It was great. There was great music, great score.
Yes, it is.
That first ballroom scene where he meets Angela, it had that sort of, there was a magicness to it. You could tell the music building in the background, but it continued. And it kind of had that fairy tale effect to it because the music playing live, but the way it follows them and it carries the scene up.
It does have that whole time in that ballroom scene, that party and whatnot, is that feeling I think that every guy has. Like the girl at the party that you want to see you sees you. And that's the most magical. I mean, it was so magical for him. He left the other girl waiting for him at the crib. He just got lost. He got lost.
He had his own phone, and he comes back to Alice, and he lies.
He did lie, and she looked at him. She was like,
she's like, "There's a pretty girls."
Are there pretty girls? He's like, yeah, there's some pretty girls. Angela Vickers, she there? He's like, yeah.
He's like, don't worry about. I don't know. Is that her?
It was an intense film. Have you seen Match Point? Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. Match Point.
Match Point by Woody Allen. Check out. Now that you've seen this film, watch Match Point. This film was probably 10 years ago. It stars Scarlett Johansson and what's my guy? It's the Irish guy.
Hold on.
It's like, but Scarlett Johansson plays kind of like the Alice character in the movie. Watch that and kind of see
I got a computer right in front of me. Let me look it up.
Yeah, look at Match Point by Woody Allen. And it's a good thing to kind of contrast what's going on, how the filmmaking, how the story is very. You know, everyone gets inspired by other people. I'm sure this must have been somewhere on Woody Allen's radar when he was doing that film. Had to be.
All right.
But yeah, man. Anything else you want to say? Anything else?
Well, I just wanted to say something too, because you were talking about cinematography earlier.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say a thing about that. I don't know if you guys I mean, I'm sure you guys noticed, but if people watch closely, they did a lot of cool little tricks.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
In the ballroom scene where it was like that quick pan. Oh, it got me almost a little bit emotional. Where it's like they might hear, and then it was kind of cheesy, dramatic, but it zoomed in, and she was all excited. And then another one when she faints. They go. I don't know if anybody noticed, but they go through the wall. They remove that whole wall. I didn't
realize that.
Wait. Which scene?
Through the
you know when she goes in after she finds out he got arrested, and then she's like, "I'm good." And then she goes into the room, and there's it's a beautiful room, circular rug. She walks in, and then she faints.
Oh yeah.
You said they went through the wall.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if anybody knows, but I was like, they just went
that.
through a wall. Boom.
You do crazy stuff. There's when they're talking on the radio, they're talking about the drowning, and they jump in the boat, and he just lets the boat go all around the lake, and they come back in front as you're listening to the radio. It's crazy shots. That's it's brave because a lot of filmmakers are I can't do that. I gotta go into the boat. You're like, you don't need to go into the boat. Just stay here with the radio and watch
and watching them having fun in the boat. But we're listening to the radio reporting the crime happening in the lake, in the same lake, I guess.
And the whole boat scene too, when before it goes over, is a pretty intense scene when she's talking about the small life and he's just freaking out on the tip of the boat, like, please shut up, don't. I said I'm gonna marry you, but don't. What are you doing to me?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that movie magic is lost.
I know. I don't blame her.
Matt's point of view, the story.
I know. I apologize.
Not to apologize.
Well, Khalil, thank you so much. Seems like you have a lot of information. Watch Match Point.
Thank you.
Join us next week. We're gonna be watching another film. Good luck on the journey, man. I know it's a weird time, but it's time also for you. You can make stuff while we're on the downtime or develop things. We're developing things together on our own, and so it's a good time to work even in this downtime.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Nice to talk to you. Bye.
Have a good night.
What a cool guy. I guess in the East Coast. What a cool guy.
I know.
Young filmmaker, actor.
I know. I didn't notice that he break the wall and that, boom, get into the camera.
Nicole said George got what he deserved. He did get what he deserved. I do agree with that.
I agree.
George done messed up on that one. I can't.
You've been speaking for him for a while.
Let's see. Chrissy Nicole, she's the one talking.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Oh, no. Let's see. Let's see. Chrissy Nicole. I
want to talk about the story of Alice's point of view.
You are Alice. Oh, here you go.
No, I'm gonna.
Hello. What's your name? Is it Chrissy or Nicole?
It's Nicole.
Nicole, how are you doing?
Hi,
Where are you calling from?
Good.
Where are you calling from?
Westchester, New York.
Oh, Westchester, New York. Hey, we talked before, no?
Yeah, it was Sunday. Your autograph signing.
Oh yes, very cool. I'm about to say from Westchester. I was that it reminded me. Now, did you see the film?
I did.
Let's talk. What did you think? I know was it easy to get through? When was the last time you saw a black and white film?
Can you? I didn't hear that.
I said, was it hard to get through the film? When was the last time you got through a black and white film?
I don't know. I just saw it today as for a refresher because it's been a while since I saw it.
And what did you think?
It was interesting. How it was based on the book, American Tragedy.
Right.
And in American Tragedy, they cut off a film, a scene that led up to him moving to Chicago.
Okay. What was the scene? I don't even know about that scene.
There was like a scene where George, aka Clyde in American Tragedy, he gets in a hit and run, and he's like, since he was in a hit and run, he's considered an accessory to like that crime. So he really runs to Chicago, and that's where it leads up to. He works as a bellboy.
Oh, and he meets his uncle. That's when he meets his uncle in Chicago. So
Mm-hmm.
so in the book he has more of a dark past than he does in the movie. In the movie he kind of shows up like, I'm just being a good kid getting out of here. But in the book, I guess he
read the book?
No, I didn't read the book.
No, me neither.
Wow. And what did you feel about the performances of the characters, the stories, or George, or the women?
It was interesting because I look up their ages when that movie was filmed, and it was interesting how Alice was like 30 and Angela
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, it was like 17. Like,
wow.
But still, since she was 17, she was still considered a minor. So it was interesting how when that film came out.
Wow. And how old was Montgomery Clift when he did the film?
Judging probably in his 20s.
Yeah. What do you think they're supposed to be age-wise in the film?
Well, he's a boy that escaped to Chicago, I guess like late 20s.
You think late 20s? I mean, who knows?
Early 30s.
But then she was like 17. Wasn't she still in high school? Like she kept talking like they were in school. Well, she could have been in college.
College. I will say college.
Maybe college. It make sense if she was more in college. So she was like 23, 24 maybe. And do you have a favorite moment in the film that you can remember?
My favorite part is when George and Angela were in the lake in the movie, and she tells them about the story about the couple that drowned.
Yeah.
And later Alice drowned, and I felt like that sort of foreshadowed her death.
Yes, of course. Right there, Loon Lake. Beautiful scene. And it was the good times. And it was a good time. They had a whole other double. He did have a double life going on.
He does have double life. He has double. He's a big liar.
He is a big liar. He's no one to be honored, for sure. And you know what? He got his comeuppance. It's not like he got away with it.
He got paid for it.
And I don't think he meant to get himself there, but that's the road of someone who doesn't know what he's doing and can't make a decision and trying to like cover himself. And like he didn't seem malicious doing stuff. He was just not being assertive.
Lost. He got lost.
Yeah.
And he has no plan whatsoever. And then he's making mistakes over again because he tried to hide one thing.
One little thing turned into like 12 things, turned into people dying, including himself.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nicole, for calling in. Shout out to Westchester.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for watching films. We're watching more films next week. Tune in again. It's going to be a fun film next week, so I hope you can watch it and talk to us more.
Okay.
Right. Bye.
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 Awesome.
It was
all over the country. People are hitting us up. I love that.
Let's get more people.
Let's get more people in here. Let's see. Let's see if Simone with the Panda is back. No, Simone with the Panda can't join. So if you want to join and you can talk about the film, hashtag sun, and request to come in and talk to us about A Place in the Sun. Thank you all the Avatar fans out there. Of course, I love Avatar. I should come back and do some Avatar talks for sure. But we do an Avatar show on Friday on our Twitch channel, Honor Society. So we're watching Let's Watch Avatar. So you can always go there every Friday. We talk about Avatar the whole time. Let's see, someone's coming in. And
bingo, pick the one. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. George is trash. Spam. I don't disagree with you. He done messed up his situation his whole life. Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
Hello.
I don't know. We lost him. Okay. Let's see who else we can grab. Come on the show. Emery Nart. Let's see if they're around. Yo, Cognac Queen, can you come and talk?
There's no way. Oh my god, wait.
What's
give me
up?
a second. There's no way, man.
What's up?
No
What's your name?
way. My name is Emery.
Emery,
Hi,
what's
Emery.
going on? It's Dante and Alice. How's life? Where you calling
Bro,
from?
there's no way. What's up? I didn't hear you.
Where you calling from?
Oh, I'm from Denmark.
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 Oh, shout out to
Yeah,
Denmark.
man.
Your English accent's really good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You know, I'm moving to LA right after this summer. I'm going to
that's
study in
nice.
LA.
It is very
Yeah.
sunny in LA. What do you do? Are you in school still? Or are you out of school?
Yeah, I'm in school in Denmark. We have ninth grade. I just finished that, and after it's college in Denmark.
Oh, wow.
And now I think it's in America. I have to go in 11th grade. I think so.
Yeah, 11th grade in America. And
Yeah.
are you interested in the arts and stuff? What are you into?
So I'm a martial artist.
Okay.
I am a brown belt in karate, and I have studied lots of martial arts.
Nice.
That's
I do
amazing.
karate too.
So yeah,
Oh.
she does karate and
I have been practicing martial arts for 2-3 years. I'm practicing karate and kickboxing.
wow. So
that's
what do
that's a combo.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's a beast. So when you get out here, there's a lot of places to study and a lot of places
Yeah.
to train
Yeah.
and spar and whatnot. But right now we're talking about it's our cinema club. We talk about cinema classics. Were you able to watch A Place in the Sun this week at all?
I haven't watched it.
Haven't
I
watched
actually just joined in your live. I was like,
It's all good.
This movie sounds pretty nice.
Yeah,
you know?
check it out. It's a classic film, and tune in with us every week on Mondays at 3
Monday.
p.m. We talk about different films every week, but this week we're talking about A Place in the Sun.
Place in the
So
Sun.
check it out. It's definitely worth a look, and if you ever want to act or do filmmaking, there's a lot of great things in there.
Yeah. It's so nice. Yeah. Of course, I'll join in.
Thanks. I'm gonna shout out to Denmark. You guys have a great summer. See you when you get to America.
You too.
All right, later.
See you.
Awesome. That's awesome. A little shout out to Denmark.
Yes.
Let's see who else is in here. I know Vika said she wanted to talk. Let's see if Vika's around. Simp Gang. Alice Simp Gang, what's up? Don't be Yo, Vika, what's up? Cognac Queen, how are you doing? Calling from Boston.
Oh my god. If I get a call, just hang up on me for real.
Okay. I know you watched the movie. I know you watched the film.
I watched the movie. I literally just watched the movie.
What did you think?
Work.
What'd you like?
Oh, did you ask me what I like or
Yeah, what'd you like about the film? How'd you feel about the film?
Plot twist. Yo, I didn't think he was gonna kill her, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't think he was going to kill her either, I don't think. But then he realized by the end that he did kill her by his lack of not saving her. Right?
Have you read Crime and Punishment? That's like my favorite book. This reminds me of Punishment. It's like that plot of like freaking he kills somebody, he kills his landlord, but he like axe murders her. And he has guilt throughout the entire book. And like I kind of saw an element of that in the second half of the movie where he was like really guilty and like kind of everything reminded him of the murder.
Yeah.
Like when he hears people screaming as they jump into the water, that part was cool, man.
Or the cops come, the cops pull him over. Cops pull him over and he's like freaking out.
He's so freaking out and he tried to like act normal, but
Well,
he's guilty. He's a nice guy, I guess.
He's a nice guy but this is what shows you nice guys that can't make, you know.
He
Can't be
just
certain.
made a wrong decision. That's it.
Right.
And then
A
he
few,
just keep doing
and then
a few
another
wrong
wrong decision. Then
decisions.
another wrong decision. So,
think he's a nice guy.
what was your favorite scene, Cognac?
Ooh,
Queen,
favorite
Miss Vika?
scene. I like the murder scene. I think it was I think that was the best
That boat
scene.
scene was pretty good.
Boat scene.
Who was your favorite character?
Liz
Were
Taylor.
you Team Alice or Team Angela?
I was team Liz Taylor. I forget her name. Angela?
Angela, yeah.
Angela.
I mean, she's gorgeous. She's great in the film. She actually the one that did, there's nothing. She didn't do anything wrong. She just fell in love with
the
It's
guy.
tragic for everybody. It's tragic for everybody.
I know, it was so sad. I felt so bad for her. She was way too nice to him at the end. She was like, I still love you. I was like, you shouldn't love him.
Exactly.
She did come at the end, but she wanted closure. Because maybe she needed a little closure before he's going to the gas chamber or the electric chair. This dude's going to the electric chair. He's like, I'm dead. And he's like, I can't figure out if I was right or wrong. Like, you were wrong, dude. You were wrong. You should have saved her.
I can't believe he just no.
It's crazy.
No, I was so bad at him. I liked him at the beginning. I was like, oh, this romance is cute. You know, like him and Alice, they were cute. And I was like, oh, he's nice or whatever. And then he went out with Liz Taylor on his birthday, and she was like, I have a present for you. I was like, you suck. Like,
but he didn't go out with her. He just showed up at that party with his uncles. Last time he was at his uncles, he got gifts. He just said hi, and then they were like, go home. So he was like, it's gonna be another, like, they don't there. And then it's like the girl whose dreams notices him. You know what I'm saying?
Because he was playing a game of pool.
He wasn't even trying to like catch her attention, but like just magically, the girl that he was dreaming of, just like, hey, yo, what's going on?
So that's a good excuse.
It's not a good excuse, but it's what set things into motion for madness.
So what a great coincidence! And she just came, like, dream girl just came back. It's like, hey, I was like, huh? And he absolutely forgot about Alice.
No, but then he goes to Alice, and then he's like, yo, he was trying to get out of it in his mind a little bit. Then she was like, we're in trouble. He was like, what? She's like, we're in big trouble. Same night. It was like, this is horrible. Yeah. It's like a nightmare.
Same night. But you know what? He was also he hung out with freaking Liz Taylor. He's like, I love you though, and she's like, I love you too. I'm like, you guys have met each other twice, bro.
Exactly.
They fell in love with each other quick.
I can't believe that.
They fell in each other real quick. Sometimes, hey, y'all know y'all fall in love with people real quick. Sometimes y'all ain't never fall in love with someone real quick.
Fall in love with the
love
people.
at first sight. Y'all ain't got hit with like by the Cupid.
Yes, fall in love with the person and you stick with it, right? That's called love. That's called dedication.
But what if you had someone on the side?
I'm not gonna tell them like first 5 minutes I'm gonna fall in love with you, and then last 5 minutes I'm telling a different person I'm falling in love with you too.
He didn't say he was falling in love with Alice. He said, I'm feeling some stuff.
No, he said I love you in the beginning. He said that.
He said he loved her?
Yes, in the beginning of the movie, in the first date.
Did he say, he never said he loved Alice? He never said he loved.
No, he said it. Am I wrong?
Nope, he didn't say he loved Alice.
No, he said that. She said I gotta go, and it's rain.
He said he's lonely. That's what he said.
He said I need to come inside.
He was no game.
Nasty boy.
He wasn't like saying he was in love with her, but he was like vibing her for sure.
Yeah, he liked her.
Poor girl. She got pregnant. And it's illegal at the time. You can't do the abortion.
Yeah, he was doing too much. He was doing too much because he was doing too much.
The abortion doctor looked like Joe Biden.
What? Oh yeah, the doctor.
He looked like Joe Biden. I was like, Joe Biden in the 50s. He was still that old.
All those older dudes look hella old, right? When they got old, they were like, we all got hella old. Like, they're all wearing suits and shit. Look cool, though. Smooth shit.
But it's so sad for Alice. She just like, I need help. She was like literally begging for help from the doctor. And he was like, no, I can't help you.
I thought
like, go home, talk to your mom.
I thought it was going to be about like the dangers of abortion. And then he straight up murdered her, yo. I was like.
Plot twist. Yeah.
You know Revolutionary Road? I thought it was a Revolutionary Road type situation. Like,
yeah, I remember Revolutionary Road.
Remember how how her getting abortion and stuff like that?
I can't believe how you can still eating. It's so hot.
I'm hungry.
It's like
eating the hot mission. We eat hot. We don't care. Well, Vika, always a pleasure to talk to you.
Nice
Shout out to Boston. I'll see you back on the Rift.
Yeah.
For all y'all that don't know, Cognac Queen be playing League of Legends with us sometimes on Wednesdays.
Yes,
Hardcore, dope support, dope mid. She's a dope player. She's all time.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you.
Bye.
All right.
That was nice. I mean, it's funny she said it's like a Joe Biden.
That's hilarious. All right, so maybe we get one or two more people back in here before we go to talk about this film. Anyone? Should we hit Kat? I know Kat has something to say.
Kat, hear about Kat.
Let's see if
say
Kat's
something.
around. Kat's gonna crush us one time. She'll
Drop,
be like, what are you
knowledge.
watching, Dante?
Yes, Kat, remember, he's putting a poster on his bedroom.
Kat!
Drop some knowledge.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Did you see the movie?
Yes.
Are you appalled?
I mean, as I was watching it, I was like, they're already going to know what I'm going to say if I get to come on this week. But I told myself it's a film from 1951.
1951. And it's a lot of artistry. And he gets his come up into the end. It's not like he got away with it. He's like, you screwed up, dude. Like, this is
No,
You represent
He has nowhere
the
to
common
go.
man that's trying to get his dreams, gets super close to it, but it unravels all because of you. No one else
No,
did
he
it.
didn't feel guilty. And
All right, let's
cat.
let Cat talk. Let's get
Cat, please
I
say
just have
something.
a question. Like, what exactly did George Eastman do to get the attention from two caring and beautiful women, other than being born with his looks?
He was handsome, right?
Yeah,
In the movie?
like that's what I said. His looks. Like, did he do anything
Other than his looks.
No, he's that type of guy that's like the
He has no game.
the dark, what's that called? Like the man of mystery, like moody, broody, dark type.
Yeah.
That, you know, the girls be like, "Who's that guy? He's not talking to anybody. Let's go talk to him." He was that kind of character. I don't know what that guy does. I've never been that guy.
I don't know. Don't
The
ask me.
silent, dark, silent type. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know what he did.
Yeah. So that's
He was there, right place, right time kind of guy.
Yeah, he's cute. I guess societally, conventionally cute. Because I'm just like, did they show him doing anything that made these women
Extraordinary? No.
Yeah, like value him. Like they just looked at each other and
He
like.
was just an earnest guy.
No.
No, it's fairy tale-ish in that way. Like with Elizabeth Taylor, I think that's all. She was always kind of around his psyche. Like she was always like driving by, or like her name was on a billboard. It was like something, you know. So I don't know.
I mean, Elizabeth Taylor's character, Angela, she noticed him when he was playing pool.
Yeah.
So I guess there's that. But other than that, like, what did he do? So Alice's character, she just saw him stacking swimsuit boxes. Like, he wasn't doing anything, like, incredible.
And that was at work, the women outnumber the guys 9 to 10, they said. And I mean, 9 out of 10 are women employees. So if they got one guy, it's like, oh, look at that guy.
I just think that was so interesting. Like, he didn't even hesitate. That person who was bringing him around told George, I specifically was told to tell you that you're not allowed to date.
Exactly.
And immediately, and like, he didn't even hesitate. He's like, and then he just went home with Alice.
Exactly.
So like, he didn't even.
But that happened like months
And what
later.
for-
That happened months later. He ran into her at the movie theater accidentally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to accidentally run into the movie theater doesn't mean you accidentally keep
I know, but it
doing
didn't happen like that
Screw
same
girl.
day. Like he's been in that town by himself, lonely for like a month or two. I don't know. The calendars were flipping. I couldn't tell what day it was. And that the other guy was his cousin telling him that.
Yeah.
And his cousins all shit on him until he started dating Angela Vickers. That's messed up.
Yeah, I had to catch myself because I was confused with the timeline. Like, I wasn't really sure what the passage of time was. I was like, is this a 1 week?
Right,
like,
right.
is this a
I think
few
it's over a
days?
few months, but it's definitely, I mean, it's based on the book
It's
American
quick.
Tragedy, so it's about a tragic situation of a earnest young guy that just made the wrong decisions and got, and just screwed up his life.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was based on a real story. Did you read into it?
Is it a real story? No, it's based on a
Seriously?
novel. I don't think it's a real story. I think it's just a novel. I think. I don't know if it's a real
Well,
story. Is it a real story?
It's based on the true story of Chester Gillette, who murdered his pregnant girlfriend in 1906.
Wow, I did not know it was based on a real story. That's crazy.
There's real people out there who murder their girlfriend while they're pregnant.
That still happens today.
That still happens today. In this story, they had that really gray area where it's like he didn't really murder her, but he was on the boat. But then it was like he didn't hit her with the oar. Like he set the whole thing up.
Her.
Well, yes, what I'm saying. He was like he did at the end of the day, and he even admits to it. But it was like that thing was like you didn't save her.
Do you remember that sign? Do you remember that scene when he's in the jail and then his mom came and visit him? And one guy, who's that? He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
With the mom.
The prosecutor? Oh, no.
Prosecutor.
I think he was a priest.
And then, he said
Priest.
something like that.
Yeah.
When you both drowning in the water, who are you thinking?
Yeah.
Who were you thinking at that time? He said, Angela. So you murder her. You already murdered her by your heart.
Yeah, he said you murdered her by your heart.
Would you murder her by your heart?
But even if you didn't literally hit her with an oar and drowned her under the water, you murdered her.
You don't love her doesn't mean
You brought her out in the water and had some bad intentions.
Well, I have a question. If both of you were on the jury, would you say George was guilty or not guilty? With everything presented.
I don't feel like he's guilty. I don't feel like he's feel guilty.
No. Would you, as a jury member, is he guilty of murder or not guilty? Not does he feel guilty. Do you think would you vote him to get the electric chair or not?
No. Well, I didn't understand the question.
Like if you're on the jury, like in court,
oh, the court jury.
you're the judgment jury
Yeah.
people. Would you vote for him to get the electric chair or no?
No.
You wouldn't.
No.
Yeah, see, that makes it hard because of the electric chair. I'm not about the death
Yeah,
penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, but in a dramatic
What about you?
situation,
What about you?
he has to suffer the nth degree in the film. Like, I probably wouldn't give him the electric chair either. I'd be like, you gotta go to jail for the rest of your life, though. But I don't know if you get the electric chair.
Yeah, that makes it hard for me.
Because the thing is, like, you gotta have beyond a shadow of a doubt that he killed this woman. And you're like, that little gray area where, like, technically you probably didn't kill her, but you didn't save her. And you had the intention of killing her. So it's like, once there was an accident,
Okay, well, if you knew it wasn't a death penalty and you were on the jury, would you say guilty or not guilty?
Yeah, guilty. Yeah.
Guilty. What about you, Alice?
I guess it's guilty, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I say the same thing because I was like, okay, he didn't hit her with the oar or whatever, but he brought her to the situation with the intention to do it, and they make a point of saying,
he's lying all over the place. He was lying his ass off.
He
and
planned
he's a
it.
good swimmer. Like, if you cared about someone in that situation,
No, you gotta save her. You gotta save her.
No, he planned it. He acted like he lied to her, said we run out of gas. He stopped the car and he planned everything, and then he put the wrong, like different name on the sign sheet, and he planned the entire trip. His intent from the beginning. How do I gonna get rid of this girl?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other thing is, this was crazy.
That's what he's.
It's cheating, right? So if anyone's been out there cheating, and I wrote about it in my book. I caught cheating when I was younger. This film, it directly depicts a lot of like how one thing starts to lead to another, All of a sudden, you got all this crazy stuff going on, and you're so in over your head. I mean, this depicts the worst case scenario where people die, and but you could see how it slowly unravels, where nothing seems like he's just not telling the truth, or he's just trying to get out of this, that, and then little by little, it's like bundles and bundles of lie, and it goes back to that old saying, when you try to deceive, it's like what a web we weave when we try to deceive. It gets crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I say he's guilty because he created the situation, he brought her to it, and he did nothing to get her out of it.
Totally.
I can understand people who might feel some like, oh, but he doesn't deserve the death sentence, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like, you did
What for the movie?
A woman is dead. A pregnant woman is dead that you lied to.
What do you think he could have done in those days in 1951 if he got the one girl pregnant, but then he fell in love with someone else? What does he do?
First of all, he could have pulled out properly and not gotten her pregnant. He could have left her when he broken up with her when he realized he didn't have
no problems at that time.
No, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But
no, I read into this. So birth control pills didn't exist until they weren't given.
That's a question I will
60s
ask.
or 70s,
Tell
right?
the question.
60s or
Is that
70s?
an honest question? Like, there's no birth control.
No,
or
free love is like 69. Free love is like 69.
Forms of birth control since whenever, but it wasn't until 1960 that the FDA put out okay, these are oral.
When is the abortion started to become legal?
Still not legal in some states today.
That's bullshit.
Bullshit. You could
Sorry
get
for
an
my
abortion.
language. That's BS.
Some states it's not legal right today in America, right now.
That's a great point to make. I mean, so when was this? In the you couldn't get birth control or an abortion unless you were married at a certain way. I'll make that example. But that was a thing, and that's kind of brought up in the movie where it's women who are poor,
right.
minorities or oppressed groups of people.
They can't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not allowed to get an abortion. They're not allowed to get birth control, and it's the rich, they can control.
There is that. I mean, I relate to the whole rich poor thing about the poor guy trying to get into the richer society, and I think we go through that kind of stuff. What about when I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's something about what would you do? What can you do? Like you were talking about, he just breaks up with Alice, right? But the night he fell in love with Angela, he goes home and Alice is like, I'm pregnant. It's just whoa, it all happened.
On his birthday too.
On his birthday, he's trying to come back. He could have maybe
Make it so
because she's
good.
looking at him like, you not want to be with me anymore. But guess what? We're in trouble. It's like,
I mean, I don't know what he could have done. I guess.
You'd have to be bold and be like, well, I'm leaving you. Sorry.
No, I mean, be a man. Like, man up. Like, taking
Like,
care of the kid. Or, yes, you fall in love with a different
It's a
woman.
screwed situation. The way the movie's set up, he was in the most, he got himself in it, and it became worse and worse with every scene, and he was just living a nightmare for like the second half of the movie. And then there was like moments of hope and glimmer, like when Angela would call him up and he'd like get out of the stress for like an afternoon to like hang out with her. But
I still want to figure out why he's put this movie poster is in his bedroom, hanging on in his bedroom. So
Okay,
trying to
what
figure.
does the poster look like? What's on it?
it's
This
Italian.
poster.
It's an Italian version of the poster. Not that poster like that. It's just like this.
On his bedroom.
It's
in
not
his
that
bedroom.
poster. It's an Italian version of the poster.
Sis, what does that tell us about
So when
Dante?
you like look at that poster,
She's just dying to ask you this question.
I was
dying
like,
to
what
ask you
does
this
that
question.
tell us about Dante? It's
I
talking
told
about
you when I first watched the film when I was a teenager, I was very in love with the romance of it and the relating with like the outsider trying to get into what would be for me then like Hollywood or like the higher society, and almost getting it and really giving me a lesson to remind me like don't screw up your own situation.
No. You didn't
And
realize
Elizabeth
that
Taylor
deep
was
when
hot.
you're a teenager.
And Elizabeth
If
Taylor
you
was hot.
realize it that deep when you're a teenager, you put it. You
I
would
did.
put it on the poster.
Well,
on your
also
wall.
I just love the love affair between him and Elizabeth Taylor. Like the memory of it was very
yeah,
teenage
maybe you just had a crush on
fantasy,
Elizabeth
teenage
Taylor.
like
Do you think so, Kat?
emotional.
Do I think what?
What are you asking her?
No, just ask her opinion.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you had a crush on
Like
Elizabeth
that?
Taylor.
You know, it's good. I don't know. I might change it up. After
That's
watching it years later, I might change it up.
Now that you know what you know now. I don't
Now
know.
that I know what I know, I don't want to celebrate George. George screwed up his life. Definitely don't want that energy around me. I'm definitely not planning to go down none of those roads.
I mean, it's between you and your own privacy, like what you feel when you look at the posters.
It's true. I feel romance, but then you watch it a new time, it's not as romantic.
That's not
It
romance.
feels tragic. No, the poster looks very romantic. Not this poster, but it's like the way it's like just a piece of Elizabeth Taylor's face and like the back of it's like it's Italian one place in the sun or something like that. It's cool. But maybe I'll move it. Anyhow,
It's good to know like what you feel from something. But
Yeah, it's curious, you know.
so
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are curious too.
I'm curious too. But guess what, Kat? We gotta move on to next week. And now that you're here, we're gonna tell you the movie for next week is what?
Dirty
Dancing. Dirty Dancing. So we're going back to a musical. It's summertime. Dirty Dancing. I'm sure we've all seen it, but let's all watch it in a new
Dirty
space and time and see how it holds up. It's got to be at least 25 years old.
yeah.
So I like to see. I mean, my memory of Dirty Dancing is I love Dirty Dancing.
And I would love to talk about because I used to work with the I'm honored to be one of the producer on Dirty Dancing
Oh yeah. So
years ago. So
maybe we can get the producer to call in and give us some
maybe
knowledge.
yes.
But,
I would love to.
Kat, thank you again for joining us this week.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
Thank
have
you
a
for your
great week.
knowledge.